Gary Payton and the Seattle Supersonics.
Shark here. Hey, Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Curse.
Cliff Averill.
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
What's up, everybody? This is NorbCam coming at you with another Ask Norb session where we go live. Your opportunity to call in, ask your questions, get your thoughts on what's going on with the Seahawks and the football, NFL in general. And of course, as we are in the exciting part of the year, unfortunately not for us, but for 4 lucky teams out there, the NFC and the AFC championship games are coming up this weekend. So jealous. We should have been in this thing, but it wasn't our year. But 4 teams are get to go through it. And today we're going to talk to one of those fans, the lucky fans who got to be part of that amazing weekend of moving on in the playoffs. So before I go to her, I just want to remind you guys that obviously you guys are blowing up the chat already. Thank you guys for coming along. We'll try to talk to your chat questions, but they go by pretty fast. So the best way to get in on the action is to call in at the number on the screen, 515-739-1219. And then when they prompt you, type in the code 696153 and you'll be put in the queue. And just hang in there. We'll try to get through as many calls as possible. I'm going to try to be really quick with you guys today so we can get through as many, because I feel bad when I leave you guys hanging on there in unanswered calls. So I'm going to try to get through as many people as possible. So let's do this. But without further ado, let me get to my first guest here to start the conversation off, which is Philadelphia from the Philadelphia Eagles, moving on in the NFC Championship. Let me go to her right now. Where's my screen? Here we go. There she is. Dahlia, what's going on? Congratulations on beating the Falcons and moving on to the NFC Championship. How does it feel?
Well, hello, everybody. Thanks, NorbCam, for having me on so I can share my excitement with the world. And you know how to do a little flexing real quick, because we were doubted so hard in this matchup, and it just feels good to finally have the Eagles back up your talk. Like, you know, I've been doing so much talk, you know better than anyone, NorbCam. Like, I like to support my Eagles and give the scenarios of how they can win in each matchup, and I did that for the Falcons. But as you know, in the past, I've done that versus the Seahawks, and well, it doesn't always work out. So
0-3,
so nice.
0-3 between you and me. Just saying. So yeah, I can at least hang my hat on that.
It's nice to have them back me up this time, and this was like a way more important matchup, obviously. So you know, getting through that hump first, you know, our first round in the postseason, and now we have another tough team coming up, which. You know, prior to this win, had we say we're going to have to face the Vikings right away, there would have been a lot more doubt and a lot more stress. But now that this team has kind of showed me they can handle business in the postseason against a legit team, a legit offense, and the defense handled like they just did their job, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. Obviously, I know anything can happen, but I'm sitting a little more calm this week. So yeah.
Well, you guys definitely did. Your defense did do its job. That was a surprisingly low-scoring game. It was like I expected opposite scores from the Jacksonville-Pittsburgh game and your guys' game, but 15-10, an odd score, and to keep the Falcons to 10 points. That's a pretty amazing feat, considering that offense was really flying at that point.
Oh yeah, like we held Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, like these are the top offensive players in the league, you know, and it's like we held them to 10 points. So that makes me feel a lot more comfortable coming up against Case Keenum and I know they have a whole good thing going on, but at least I feel a little bit more comfortable. Our team can handle good quality offense, and it's a matter of it's going to be a battle of the offenses. So I have more faith in Nick Foles than I would have in Case Keenum. So that's just my opinion, you know.
Well, you know, after watching that game yesterday or Sunday, just that miracle, improbable win by the Vikings over the Saints. I mean, really, they had probably less than a 2% chance. I don't know what the official probability factor was, but for them to win that game where the Saints had so many ways they could have won that game. And they let the one thing happen that they couldn't have happen, which is to let him go free and score a touchdown. But they kind of got that whole destiny, you know, thing going on right now, having had a big win like that. But still, we got two really good defenses. I know your offenses are going to be battling, but you've got, the Vikings who have a really good defense. You guys have a really good defense. Hard to know whether this is going to be a high-scoring or low-scoring affair, but you seem to think it's going to be an offensive battle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be low-scoring, and it's a matter of which offense performs better, because it's going to be good two defenses putting in work and, putting pressure on the offense, and it's a matter of which one can overcome that a little bit better. Now, you want to say destiny in that type of win. I call it more luck against the Vikings, because I don't know, it looked like somebody paid that dude off. Like, he completely missed the guy and tackled his own guy and then let the receiver run free. Like, to me, that won't happen again. And I think I was ready to play the Saints, and I was more nervous to play the Saints at that point because I was starting to have flashbacks of the last time we faced them in the postseason and Nick Foles was our quarterback. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to be facing the Vikings now, and I think they got off easy. I don't think the Eagles are going to make it that easy for them.
So you were relieved. You actually were happy to see the Vikings win that game and not the Saints.
I think I was more scared because they have the better quarterback, who usually under pressure can handle things. And they made their comeback, and it was just a really stupid error on one defensive player that really cost the Saints the game. So that kind of sucks for Drew Brees, because I think they kind of did what they were supposed to do in the end, and somebody blew it.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy, because rookie had a pretty good season, and to have his season end on a note where he kind of ends up looking like the guy who lost the game for him, which he did. But all things considered, he had a pretty good year. But it's one of those things where it sucks, where the one last memory of the season has to be that one thing, and it's too bad, because I really thought the Saints were. I was kind of pulling for the Saints just by that much to win that game, just because I do respect and I like Drew Brees. And but yeah, that's why they play the games. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be an exciting game. What do you think about looking quick at the AFC? What do you think about this whole Jacksonville Patriots? Is there any chance Jacksonville puts up a fight against the Patriots, or is it just going to be pretty much put the Patriots in and just see what happens with the other two teams?
I just have to laugh, because it's like almost scripted. Like, you want to talk about destiny? It's like the NFL scripts it perfectly for the Patriots just to have a cakewalk into the Super Bowl. Like, they've had 2 bye weeks. They're getting 2 bye weeks. Meanwhile, Eagles, we have to claw our way against these really tough opponents. And it's just first Titans, now Jaguars. I get it. They're better teams than they used to be, but still, they're inexperienced, and going up against, these guys are the pros in the postseason. This is the the best quarterback in the league. So I'm just man, they get it so easy. It's so it's frustrating, but still, it's it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they play. All that matters is what the Eagles do, and hopefully we can get our revenge on them from the 2004 whole situation.
There are 3 participants in the conference.
Oh. All right, we might have been having a little bit of technical difficulties here on the phone, but I think we got it working again here. So hopefully those of you guys who are on hold, we might have things working. But let's try this out and see if this is working. So we go to one of the calls. Let's try it out. Let's try where the miracle happened. Let's go to Brandon over in Minnesota. Let's see if this works. Brandon, are you on the line? What's going on?
Hey, Norb, what's up?
Okay.
Norb.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Norb.
How you doing?
Norb, bro, I went to the game.
You were at that game?
I was.
Oh, tell me what it was like to witness that miracle finish, man. What was it? Was it total? Was it as pandemonium as we could only imagine that we thought it was going to be like? Tell me what it was like from inside that stadium.
No, so here's what happened was when it was 3rd down, these people sitting next to us got up out of their seats and they were heading to the exit. So on 3rd down, when they got the stadium going, and then, oh my God, it was so nice. And I had a couple friends from my school that went with me. Oh my God, it was so loud in there. Oh my God.
Now, have you been to other games in that stadium before?
Well, I went to another one last year, but it was the loudest. I swear it was. Oh my God.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm happy for Minnesota Vikings fans. You know, they've been through some tough times. We had their kicker. We know what it's like. What happened to him 2 years ago, and years before that, they've had their hearts broken. So, you know, I think that's the cool thing about this whole NFC Championship matchup is the fact that you got two teams who've just never reached that pinnacle, and you just kind of feel like, well, you know what? One of them's got a shot this time. Thing got past the freaking Patriots. You know, have somebody else get in the mix for a change, you know? But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where were you sitting in the stadium?
I had some. I was in the upper deck, so I didn't have that good seats. But I mean,
just to be in there, that must have been awesome. You get to say I was there for one of the most historic finishes ever. Well, so hey, Brandon. So you got a question for either me or Delia?
No. Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, I just feel like the Vikings are gonna win and they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. But yeah.
Delia, you got any thoughts on
a
that?
little biased there, though.
Well, think about Brandon. Brandon, he lives in Minnesota, but he is a Seahawks fan, right?
Oh,
Brandon,
yeah.
you're a Seahawks fan, right? Brandon, you are a Seahawks fan, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, he's not that biased, but he does have that living in Minnesota deal going on.
I just assume you're a postseason game for a team. Those tickets are expensive. You got to be a fan of one of them.
Yeah, those Super Bowl tickets. Those Super Bowl tickets are like, I don't know what they're going for. I'm hearing like $10,000. People in Minneapolis are selling their boats and things like that just for a shot to go into that one game. I was like, it's crazy. But I don't know. Maybe I'd do the same thing if it was here in Seattle. But I spent plenty of money over 2 Super Bowls. So, yeah, what was on your mind, Brandon?
Yeah. Well, I just want to tell you, but I gotta go. I might call back later, but I just gotta go.
No problem. I gotta get to other callers. So thanks, man, for sharing your experience. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
take care.
Bye.
All right. Okay, let's go to Nita in Spokane. Nita, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, Norb? What's up, Delia?
Hey, girl.
I was so happy for you, and then I thought, geez, I wonder if Norb is on his way to Costco to get that big package of Kleenex for David in Atlanta.
Yes, Nita was on. You guys didn't get to hear her voice because of our technical issues, but this time, unfortunately, David couldn't make it off work to join the call here. But no, he said he wanted to be on to talk about his frustrations about losing that game, and I honestly, no, he would have been here if he could have. But, having known both of these guys, I feel bad for, somebody had to lose, and unfortunately it had to be David getting his heart broken yet again. So, yeah, he's probably gone through plenty of tissue crying over that game. But, hey, you get to talk to the gal who won.
That's probably where he is right now, is in the bathroom crying. What's your excuse, David?
I remember Nita's call last time, too. She had the Eagles' backs all the way. She was confident.
Yeah,
I'd say more confident than I was that they were going to win.
I was like, yes. So I think it's going to be the Eagles, and hopefully not the, New England, because I can't stand Brady. I like Brady as much as I like Cam Newton, and we know how that goes.
But it'd be really cool though if you think about it. If the Patriots, most likely, as most people are expecting, they do win, and then let's say Philadelphia's Eagles make it in. If you guys can actually topple the Goliath, take them down, imagine how much more spectacular that win would be, right? I mean, to be the team that takes down the impenetrable, Patriots in the Super Bowl, that would be pretty cool. That'd be that much more exciting than, I know being in the Super Bowl and winning no matter who's on the other side is pretty cool. But to take down the Patriots to do that and potentially end their dynasty, that'd be a pretty cool thing to put on your mantle too, right, Delia?
Well, yeah, what would be even more crazy is it would be the exact same road that we had to them last Super Bowl, because we had to play the Falcons, and then we played the Vikings, and then we played the Patriots. So it'd be crazy that it works out. It's the exact same lineup and just hopefully a different finale.
Well, we know that Nita's got your back, so we'll see what happens.
Ever since Deflategate, they need to go down. Bunch of cheatriots. I'm sorry, I don't like them at all. Like I said a few minutes ago, I like them as much as I like Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Well, they and it goes further back if you want to get to the whole cheating controversy. It goes back to the year that the Eagles were in the run too, and the whole Spygate issue. You know, I have this wacky conspiracy theory though. You know, the whole thing going on with the drama with the Patriots and stuff. You ever notice how there's always this Patriots controversy right before the Super Bowl, and it's almost like maybe they're creating it themselves because they need something to galvanize their own team because they're so used to winning all the time that they need something to make them go, hey, yeah, see, the whole rest of the world is against us, so we're going to have to go out and prove them wrong in the Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe there's some crazy thing there that Belichick's pulling the strings and doing some wacky stuff to get, the world against them just to get his own team, energized for this thing. But anyway, it's probably crazy thinking.
Or maybe it's something as simple as Tom Brady taking lessons from the drama queen, a.k.a. Cam Newton.
Well, Brady doesn't have to take many lessons from anybody. He seems to be doing just fine on his own. But at some point, that's going to end. And who knows? Maybe it'll end this year with the Eagles. We'll find out. But anyway, Nita, thanks for the call.
What do you think about Bevel being gone and Cable being gone? And
well, I know a lot of people were. I know a lot of people were happy to see the change, on the offensive side. I was a little surprised at the Chris Richard firing. I didn't think that it was a fair deal because of all the injuries our defense had. But it seemed to me the decision was, if we're going to make a change, we're going to change it across the board. So Seattle,
yeah, they did.
Got rid of Bevel, got rid of Cable, got rid of Richard, got rid of the who else? The linebacking coach. We got all new guys in there, and Brian Schottenheimer.
Last name Smith.
Yeah, got Ken Norton Jr. back in here as our defensive coordinator. It's cool to have a familiar face back in there that we had before when we were successful as a linebacking coach. But he got fired, basically let go by the Raiders because he wasn't doing all that great of a job with the as a D coordinator for the Raiders. Now coming back here, I don't know. I'm kind of a little lukewarm, wondering, how much difference that's going to be. But I guess change for change's sake. Hopefully, you got to just hope that these guys can do some moves in the offseason and maybe the fresh look will energize, the team and get things going again. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm glad Bevel is gone. Ever since Marshawn. Yeah, I'm glad Bevel's gone. The rest of them just really surprised me.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but I think definitely Bevel was. I think it was a welcome change. But we'll see if the rest of the changes, are worthwhile.
Kick him to the curve.
Kick to the curve. A long time coming for some of the fans out there. But we'll see if the replacement, like I said, just because they replace them doesn't mean they're going to get better. But hopefully they do. We're going to need it. Yeah, a lot of changes, and I think it's just a start. We have other names who aren't going to be around. We'll get to that at some point. But anyway, Nita, thanks for calling. We'll talk again soon, all right?
Bye.
Okay, take care. Go Eagles!
Yeah, I love her calls.
All right, thanks, Nita. All right, let's see. Let's try this one. From Delia's neck of the woods, let's go to Nick from L.A. What's up? What's up, Nick? How's it going tonight?
It's going good. I was watching all the playoff games this weekend, and I was really excited to see that the Eagles beat the Falcons. I guess what you can call an upset, considering they, everyone was doubting them because they didn't have Wentz.
Yep.
And I actually have, it's like I have a prediction about this weekend's games, and for some reason, call me crazy, but I really think the Jags are going to pull it out, and I also think the Eagles are going to pull it out too. Even though the other teams are more favored, I feel like it's just this weird feeling, this weird vibe that I'm getting, and I feel like because everybody is so everybody's predicting more for the Vikings, that the Eagles are going to be like, nah, no way, and then they're going to pull it out. I think it'll be close though, for sure.
Wow.
I like that prediction. I like that.
I bet you do.
Same thing with the Jags.
The whole underdog thing is playing in the Eagles' favor. I know that for sure. Because they definitely use that kind of energy and that hate, that people just don't want to give them credit. They definitely use that to fuel their fire against the Falcons. Like, I think it gave them that slight edge to really just push them over. And again, they're being discredited even after that win. So I think it's just fueling the fire, and I love it. Keep discrediting them because it's going to help them win.
So the Eagles are really underdogs again, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
Crazy
know.
as a home team to do it. But, I agree. I mean, if I was in your shoes, I'd want to be the underdogs because it does. It makes you just that much more, want to chip on your shoulder, prove them all wrong, So, yeah, that's wild. So I expect to see thousands of those dog masks being worn in the fans. That'll be kind of a creepy sight, I think, actually, to see all those. Yeah. I think that's going to be pretty hot. Whoever made that mask is going to make a fortune,
I know.
Who was the player that wore that during the interview?
I think it was Lane Johnson, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I forget.
I think it was too. Whoever
made that mask, they need to send him a little royalty check because he just boosted their sales like out the roof. It's pretty cool. All right, yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking that about the coaching changes. It's nothing to get excited for yet because nothing has really happened. We haven't even, got finished up with the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and we're not even in the off season yet. But I really think with this new change, it would suck to see some of like our old, veterans go, like Sherman or Chancellor or Averill. I heard a lot of talk saying like whether we should, trade or cut them or release them, and I was like, it would be unfortunate to see him go like that, but I feel like if we invest in a younger defense, we can find more depth before the season starts. And then in a scenario where, like, a defensive player that's, like, playing really well is needed, we can have another guy sub in. There wouldn't be too much worries. I felt like that was kind of like where we were kind of struggling is because we relied so much on, Chancellor and Sherman, obviously you don't predict these things to happen where they get injured and they're done for the season, but we definitely need to find more depth.
For sure. I do think there's going to be some very heartbroken folks in Seahawks Nation when some of these names that are pretty household are not going to be there next year. We just can't afford to keep them all. The salary cap hits are huge. So Sherman, Thomas, I don't think we can keep them both. So it's going to be kind of a big debate as to who people want to stay. But it'll be a very, very, very interesting offseason for sure. But a lot of changes going on, man. I feel like it's not quite a rebuilding year because we have our quarterback, but it's definitely a reload year, which means we may hit some bumps in the road before we get back to kind of prime shape. So it's gonna be tough. I can't lie. It's gonna be tough off season.
But do you plan to go to any road games next year? Obviously the schedules haven't came out, but like, have you seen the opponents that we're going to be playing on the road?
I've seen it. And of course Seahawks play the Raiders in England. A lot of people have already packed their bags, booked the hotels and their tickets already. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it, but I would love to go if I can get it worked out. But yeah, Seahawks, Raiders in England. I was just there in England last year, so beautiful city. It was awesome to kind of get a little familiarity with it. But man, to watch our team play out there would be pretty cool. So we'll see. But that's a game I'm definitely eyeballing at this point. So yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for your call. I appreciate you calling, and jump on it anytime, man.
Go Eagles!
I like that.
And go Hawks, of course.
Eagles play in England too. Eagles play for the first time. Like, I've been waiting forever, and now they wait a year. I'm broke and I can't. I'm like, how am I going to pull together a trip to England? But see, I'll figure it out.
You guys are playing in London this year too?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, they're getting some good teams out there.
I know. If you end up going, let me know your recommendations, what your itinerary is, or all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's take another call here from, let's see. I don't know the name. Let's find out who this is. From the 760. Who's this when you're calling from? Hello.
Hello?
Yep. You're on with NorbCam and Delia. Who's this?
My name's Roger.
Roger?
Elijah.
Okay. And Elijah, where are you calling from?
Calling from Indio, California.
Okay. All right. Indio, California. What's on your mind today?
Nothing. I'm just talking about maybe this year because, you know, the playoffs are about to end. A lot of teams going in, a lot of shocking teams too.
Yeah. Are you a Seahawks fan?
Yes, I am.
You are a Seahawks fan. All right. Well, I know since we're not playing in these games, who do you see moving on in this playoff round? Are you with Delia and the Eagles, or do you think the Vikings are going to continue their magical mystery run?
Honestly, I got the Eagles because they're in their house and they're pretty loud in the stadium, and will make folks prove themselves right. And I believe that they can make the run and go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, look at there! You got a lot of Eagles fans here, Delia. I don't know if they're just jumping on now, but you got some fans got your back.
It's good to feel the love finally.
Well, you know, I think it's just birds of a feather flock together. So if you can't root for the Seahawks, you go for the other birds that are out there, and Eagles taking down the mighty Vikings apparently. So that's cool, man. So yeah, and what do you think? What do you think about the Jaguars Patriots?
Ooh, that's a nice game right there. There's a good defense, Jaguars, and the more powerful offense on the Patriots side. I don't know. I feel like I'll go to overtime. Maybe I think I might go to overtime, but I think I don't want the Patriots to win because they always go to the Super Bowl. But how about the Jaguars? You know, I think they pull off an upset in New England.
Wow. Well, that would, the Jaguars defense reminds me a lot of Seattle's defense back in 2013 when we won our first Super Bowl. And, because they're young, they're scrappy, they're fast, they're kind of a bunch of no-name guys, who haven't made a name for themselves yet. And they're kind of proving everybody wrong, as the season's been going along. Kind of people have been wanting to write them off for the whole season. They keep coming back and making it. So I don't think the NFL wants the Jaguars to win that game. Because from a marketing standpoint,
there's a lot of shocking teams that made it, like the Bills, the Titans. I thought the Chargers had like a sharp chance, but there's a lot of the Titans won that game. They won. The Jaguars lost that game. What's your predictions for next year for the Seahawks? I think they'll go 11-5.
Wow. Man, it is so early to try to make predictions because we don't even know who's going to be on our team yet. We don't even know who we're losing or we're gaining. But I'm not going to predict 14-2. That's for damn sure. I did that this year. That was a little bit off. I think we're going to have a little bit of an off year. I think we do have a chance, at the playoffs. But I'm going to say we're going to be more closer to the realm of 10-6 next year because we're kind of in a reload mode. So I think it's going to be challenged to try to get 10 wins, but I'm not making that official. I'm just saying it right now because I have really nothing to go off of. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a, hopefully a slightly better year than last year. But I think it's still going to be kind of an adjustment period. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, just like they're talking about what's it called, Oral Thomas and all of them moving. She was talking about Dallas too.
Yeah, I know. A lot of speculation, but. We'll see what wheeling and dealing they make, but I think some of the LOB it's kind of starting to fall apart. Sadly, coming apart at the seams. It's so sad, but I think we'll have at least one piece left to hang on in there.
Yeah. Wait, I forgot. What round do we have in our first round pick. What do we have?
Gosh, I think I want to say 18. I think in the first round.
18. I think we should go first round. We probably should go after a running back, a nice solid running back. You know, because I don't know. Thomas Wallace, he's starting. He was going a little. I didn't expect him. I thought he was going to go off, but you know, we probably should go for like maybe a solid running back. You know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it's a pretty deep draft for running back, so you know, I think maybe they might try to trade down from the first round to try to get a couple more because we gave up so many picks this year trying to get those free agents in here. They need to get a few more. So I still want to see I still want to see a lineman in there up high, just because our line is not good. We need help in that area.
Yeah.
So, so we'll see.
We should probably go after some linemen so we can get beef up our line and get the running backs moving.
Yes, definitely, for sure. Without the line, everything starts in the trenches, you know. So, well, thanks for calling, man. Yeah. Good stuff. I appreciate your call. Is this your first time calling?
Yes, my first time. I was waiting for an hour.
Well, you did a nice job, man. I appreciate your insight. I'll definitely have you back on again sometime. All right.
All right.
All right. Take it easy. Go Hawks.
Thank you.
All right.
Go Hawks.
Okay.
It's so crazy to think about all the other teams. They're just looking at next year, and I'm just like, man, that used to be me.
Yeah, I know. You guys are in a very enviable spot.
The draft, none of that. I'm just like, we got this weekend.
So no chance you're going to that game. You're staying put, I assume, right?
Yeah, I think if it was going to be the Saints, actually, Graham, my husband, was toying with the idea because he has a lot of family from New Orleans, like really? OG, born and raised, like they are New Orleans in their blood, that they kind of wanted to meet up and go to the game. And so we were thinking maybe we would do that, but then we're like, we need to save our money for for the big one if it happens.
Ooh, so. You would actually, those tickets are expensive.
Probably can't get tickets because we ain't balling like that. But
maybe make the trip to Minneapolis.
Yeah, just being in the city where the Super Bowl's happening. Like anytime it's out here, like when it was in San Francisco or in Arizona, like we drive and go just to the city because it becomes a football city. It's like, who wouldn't love to be, when in a city that just converts itself to nonstop football and like all these really cool events and players and whatnot. So anytime it's on the West Coast, we usually drive out. And I think the first time was when Oakland played the Bucks. Remember that Super Bowl? What was it, 2002 or something like that?
2002. Yes, that weird one where Gruden left the Raiders and then became the coach of the Bucks. Yeah, coached his own team, his old team.
Yeah. We got pepper sprayed because a fight broke out between a Raiders fan and like a Chargers fan or something right next to us in the streets, and it was like crazy. So. The Raiders Super Bowls are a little bit crazier, but everyone since then has been very mild and fun.
Well, I have to tell you, that 2013, 2014, when we went back to back, being in New York, New Jersey, and then experiencing it in Arizona, man, that Arizona, I mean, they were both fun, but going down to Arizona and just. Man, it was like everywhere you looked was Seahawks fans. You couldn't find a Patriots fan to save your life. And until the actual game, when you walked in the stadium, all of a sudden they showed up. It was like, oh, where'd these guys come from? They're all hiding out till the game day. I mean, it should have.
They are. They're these little, Cardinals fans. They're like that. That's why they bother me.
Oh, man, but it was so much fun. I mean, if we had just had the cherry on top and actually won that game, I mean, it would have been the most memorable year. So much going along, that was just such an experience. But man, but like you said, going to and being in a city where the Super Bowl is going on, that week leading up is just so much fun. So many cool things, and they getting to see all the broadcast booths and everything going on. That's a pretty fun deal. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I would definitely make the trip out there. Maybe not get the ticket, but get in the city.
I mean, I wish I could get a ticket. It's just, it's just so expensive. So I'm gonna have to win one of those contests or something. So if you know of any, send them my way. I'll enter.
Well, you know, you might be able to find a hotel because, you know, you wouldn't be going. Wait, actually, never mind. I killed my own argument because you wouldn't be going if the Vikings go. So I was going to say, I was thinking more from a business standpoint. If the Vikings actually make the Super Bowl, everybody who's going would already live there, and so they wouldn't have to. You know, the hotel businesses wouldn't do as well. If they actually, the local businesses would do better to have, you know, 2 out-of-state teams because then all the people would come over.
About that. That's in the Super Bowl is in their home city. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's such a weird thing. It's never happened before, but it hasn't happened yet.
Graham just said, too bad they're not going to be there.
Oh, man. Let's go to another call out here. Let's go to Art in Santa Clara. What's up, Art? What's going on? You're live.
Doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What's on your mind tonight? You got a question for Delia or myself?
Yeah, I have a question for Delia. How confident are you in the Eagles I don't know if you answered this or not, but how confident are you guys of beating the Vikings?
I'm way more confident than I was last week. I don't know if you remember, Norb, on our call last week, you asked who I'd prefer to play. I was like, not the Vikings, you know. And now that I've seen them play, you know, against the Saints, the team that we faced in the postseason, it kind of flipped where I was like, oh, now I don't want to play the Saints because now when I think about it, their quarterback is more experienced and has postseason, you know, all that, and the Super Bowl or whatever. Like, I flipped the script. And now that I've seen the Eagles handle business against a legit offense and holding that legit offense to 10 points made me a lot more comfortable with them being able to hold Case Keenum and whatever he's working with. So it really is going to be a battle of the defenses who can hold the team to the least amount of points. And based on the way the Eagles played, the defense played this week, and the way they're still being discredited and considered an underdog this week, I think there's just this whole kind of momentum of things playing in our favor where I feel a lot more confident. But again, this is, you know, playoffs, anything can happen. I'm aware of that. So I'm still, you know, I still got the nerves. I'm still going to be like, you know, button my nails come game time, but I'm definitely not as nervous as I would have been last week.
Okay. A question for Norb.
Yeah.
Do you think the Seahawks should try going for Malcolm Butler?
Wow, Malcolm Butler, the guy who took away our Super Bowl 49. Well, what's his status? Is he a free agent? What's his contract situation?
I think he's not going to resign with the Patriots.
Oh.
That's what people have been telling.
Oh, interesting. Wouldn't that be ironic? The guy who stole our Super Bowl 49 trophy, possibly, you know, being chased after by the Seahawks. I haven't heard that conversation, but at this point, there could be a lot of changes in our secondary, particularly if, for example, Sherman has to go. You know, I think there's still a lot of unknowns in the changes in the LOB. And as I said earlier, I don't think we can keep both Sherman and Thomas. So I don't know where the organization stands on that point. If it were up to me, I feel like I'd have to give the nod to Thomas, that we need him just a hair more, especially with Sherman coming off of that injury and the age factor and all that. But that's a tough one. But it's hard to imagine what the uproar would be like for the Seahawks to say, hey, Seahawks signed Malcolm Butler. I don't know. Maybe they'd feel better about it. The fact that the guy who stole ours away, well, now if you can't beat him, join him. You know, they'd have him on the team. But he's pretty good. You know, he's pretty good. So, yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. That's for sure. At this point, it's a lot of holes to fill.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about Jeremy Lane's situation, the DUI?
Oh, man.
You hear about that?
Well, you know, Jeremy Lane, they'd already tried to ship him out. I mean, I think Jeremy's gone after this anyway. I mean, I can't see them actually wanting to try to keep him there after all the changes and the fact that they were supposed to trade him, and then he failed his physical and came back. I guess I just figured his time in Seattle was done. Actually, I did not know about the DOI. That must have been fairly recent news. I missed that one. But yeah, I just kind of figured that Jeremy Lane was gone. Deshaun Shedd will be back, and I think he, they got him, and Maxwell as an option. Delia remembers Maxwell. He was done okay. He's no Sherman, but he filled in considering last minute how he had to just kind of come in and just start playing in our system. He did all right. But Deshaun Shedd will be back. So, yeah, I don't think Jeremy Lane will be back here. So I think whatever happens with him off the field is irrelevant anyway. So. Hey, man. All right, man. Appreciate your call, man.
Thanks for taking my call. No problem.
All right. We'll talk to you next time. Appreciate it. Go Hawks. All right. Let's see. Let's try this one. Steve. I think this is local. Steve, what's going on? You're on with NorbCam and Delia.
Hi, this is actually Joey.
Oh, Joey. Oh, your caller ID says Steve, so you're Joey. Okay. What's up?
Yeah. I'm just hyped for the NFC Championship.
Yeah. It's
I am an Eagles fan.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll let you talk to Delia. You guys can talk and share a little bit of your take on this game. What's your thoughts? Are you nervous about it? You excited? What's the result going to be this weekend?
I think it's going to be an Eagles win, regardless.
Why?
I'm thinking an overtime game for once, for the first time in a while, because
You trying to give me a heart attack? Woo! I can't handle an overtime.
I know you can, Delia. I mean, didn't the 2004 championship game go to overtime?
Probably. God, did it? You're checking my memory.
Freddie Mitchell?
Oh,
trust me, I remember. 4th and 26?
Was that an overtime, 4th and 26?
Yeah.
Overtime? I remember that play distinctly, but I can't remember if it was overtime. Yeah, I thought it was 4th quarter.
It was.
Yeah. Well, either way, I don't care how it happens. If it's close, overtime, whatever, as long as we get that W, that's all that matters.
I'm gonna say 17-13 Eagles. Low, close.
That's like the Falcons game.
I was going to say 17-20. Eagles, obviously. But think about it. The Falcons only scored because of those turnovers, stupid turnovers the Eagles had. You eliminate those fumbles by Jay Ajayi, and boom, they don't even get those points. We could have held them to less.
Yeah.
That's true. Defense
and
was
the
balling.
punt, that muff punt, yeah. Like those two stupid plays, you take those out, they're not going to do that again this week. Come on, we can do this. So that's why I'm a lot more confident. I'm like, those dumb errors, they got it out the way right away, and they still won. Now let's really see them play.
Now let's deal with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. The matchup of the week.
But I'm hyped, but I'm a little bit nervous. Like, the Vikings, Nick Foles and Case Keenum used to play together back in, I think it was St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an interesting game, kind of battle of backup quarterbacks or battle of quarterbacks against each other.
I favor him better.
Yeah.
And he has full season under his belt, from 2000, what was it, 14 or whatever that year was, 2013.
Yep, but Case Keenum has been on a magical run, man. That guy has been like, until this year, he hasn't had, 11 wins? Isn't that what they had? I don't think he had 11 wins over how many seasons? He had to tally up like 3 or 4 seasons before he had 11 wins, but he's been playing lights out.
Vikings and Eagles have the same record, 13-3.
Yeah. I mean, in a row. I think it was in a row that he had 11 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could barely find 11 wins if you had to pull them for multiple seasons to try to get 11. You got 11 in a row. It's pretty amazing. But it's gonna be a very, very fun game to watch for sure.
Yeah.
So
it will be low. It will be close, like Delia said.
Yeah. Joey, where are you calling from? You're here in Washington, right?
Yeah, Everett.
Okay, but you are an Eagles fan first, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was born in Philadelphia, so we moved back here for my dad's work.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that's cool. So Philadelphia, you got some Eagles love out here in the Pacific Northwest.
I love it.
Yeah, and I've been to a few Eagles games before. I was at the 4th and 26th game, and then I don't know if you remember this game, but I was at the new one of the Miracle at the New Meadowlands.
Oh, yeah.
2010. That game. I thought we were done at halftime.
Oh, yeah. I was pissed. I got so mad I started cooking and kept the game on in the background because I couldn't watch it anymore. And then I started listening. I was like, wait a minute. And then my food started burning because I was so into the end of the game. So I remember clearly that game.
That was the punt return for a touchdown, right? Yeah, it was, what's his name? Deshaun, yeah.
Deshaun
Jackson. Yeah, that was yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool play. See, so you guys haven't had all misery. You had some good moments too. But this is the closest right here coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So close.
I want revenge for Super Bowl 39 badly.
It seems like we all want revenge with the Patriots, and you will have a good chance.
We have something in common.
That's right. We have a lot in common, actually. We're birds who've been badly burned by the Patriots, and
And everyone in the league is just sick of watching them win, as it is, whether they've been burned or not. They're just tired of the same team getting Super Bowl.
Yep.
I'm tired of them winning. It's like they need to lose sometime.
Yeah. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, no better time than the present. All right, Joey. Well, thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for calling in. Go Birds.
Go Eagles.
Oh, cut off the Go Eagles. Oh, my bad. All right, let's keep this going. Let's go to Cody over in Bonnie Lake's been holding on a long time. Cody, what's going on? You're live with NorbCam and Delia. What's up?
How's it going, Norb and Delia?
It's going good. How are you?
Hey, great.
Pretty good. Delia, how did you feel about the final drive with Matt Ryan not completing the pass to Julio? What were your emotions?
Well, it was a very catchable ball. And I think, how the Vikings got lucky in that final play, that was way more obvious. But I think subtly, the Falcons could have had that and should have. I mean, considering. But I think overall, I hate to say it, David's going to get mad at me, but the whole choke factor when the pressure's on, them being the favorite team, I think it definitely rattled them, where when you can rattle somebody like that, that's the minor difference that happens. It's whether they catch that slightly catchable ball or not. So we got lucky. We still would have had time on the clock to maybe, to come back or whatever, but it would have been a lot scarier to have to do that with such little time left. So I was like, whew, that's what I did. And then obviously just was screaming and going crazy because we won the freaking game. Oh my gosh. So that's my feelings.
All right, Norb, since obviously Delia is rooting for the Eagles, are you rooting for the Vikings or Philadelphia?
Gosh, man, it's I don't really have a super strong feeling either way. It's like I've got some friends out here who are Vikings fans, so I've got, the personal connection there. I know Delia, and, so of course, there's the Eagles, I got connections on both sides there. So, man, I don't know. It's too close to call. It's too close to call, really. I mean, I could really see either. I mean, there's that part of me that's fascinated by the whole idea of the Vikings home Super Bowl thing. But, I mean, that's going to be interesting for about 5 minutes into the game. And after that, it just becomes a football game. So, that's not going to really, that's not going to carry the game through. So it's really in the end, it's got to be somebody who's going to take down the Patriots. I mean, that's all that really matters to me. So I really want one or the other, whichever's going to be the better team that can take them down. And I guess from a revenge factor, like I said, we and the Eagles have something in common there, a common enemy to take down. And so maybe there's just the fact that we can relate to what your feelings were back, when you had yours, and we had ours. Maybe we could feel like, well, since we couldn't get it done and get revenge ourselves and may not get that chance, maybe this is the chance for you to do it. So for that, maybe I'll just give the Eagles that one little bit of a nod to try to take this thing and take it all the way.
All right, I'll take
it. Personally, just because I have family in North Dakota and Minnesota, I'm rooting for Minnesota. So there's my standpoint. Yeah.
Well, it's understandable. Like I said, everyone's got their connections. If it's not something personal with the team, you kind of go with the next thing up. And a lot of times it's family or somebody you know who's. But yeah. I appreciate your calling, man. What do you think of? Now you are a Seahawks fan, right? Yeah, okay.
Diehard Seahawks fan.
All right, just real quick, I just want to get your opinion. What's your take? We haven't talked a whole lot about it, but the coaching changes so far. Any thoughts on the cleaning house of both the offensive, defensive side of the coaching staff?
Well, offensively, I figured Bevel would get fired, but Schottenheimer's gotten a lot of hate. I know he was the quarterback coach for Indianapolis, and I think that's with him. Obviously, Andrew Luck was there. But I think he'll do fine. I think he's a guy that, he has a lot of experience, especially with his dad, with Marty. But I think it'll be fine. Usually, when you get someone that fans don't like, you're always going to get the hate. But I really like the Ken Norton hire too, just because he's been with Pete for a long time at USC. Then he was obviously the linebacking coach for Seattle, and it didn't work out in Oakland. But I'm glad he's back.
Yeah, I think he's, he had a good vibe while he was here, very successful as our linebackers coach. And I think the team, from the vibe I'm hearing, is that they really respect him, as a former player, and familiar with the position. I think there's a certain, respect within the locker room that maybe they're going to give him a little bit more than they did Chris Richard. So, maybe that's just enough to maybe they'll be a little more disciplined. We've had kind of a problem with a lack of discipline with a lot of our players, and maybe that having him back in there, maybe he'll clean some of that up. So you got to hope for, because changes are coming. So
yeah. And I didn't think about Malcolm Butler at all, but that would be crazy just to see if Seattle would target him at all, because either Cam, Richard, or Earl, one of them are going to leave.
Yeah,
for sure. So, but that would be interesting to see if Malcolm actually would go to Seattle, because I know New England's going to let him go after this year just because of the amount of money that he's due.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And, interesting thought for sure. Malcolm Butler in a Seahawks uniform. How ironic would that be?
I know that'd be crazy. This is kind of off topic a little bit, but Le'Veon Bell said if he got franchise tagged, he'd retire or he'd sit out a year.
Oh, really?
What do you think about that? Yeah. I don't think he'd actually do it, but
I don't know, man. I mean, unless the Steelers go ahead and just get a contract for him, I don't see why they wouldn't. The guy's great, right? Who wouldn't re-sign that guy? That guy's fantastic. If they don't want him, we'll take him.
Yeah, we'll
but
he said that he only wants to play for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know. Those guys should just pay him. He's good, But
I don't know.
I don't know. Pittsburgh is funny. They've had some weird games, some weird coaching decisions that I don't quite understand, even in their game. Onside kick with 2:18 left. Why not kick the ball away and have their, defense trying to make a stop? Instead, they put them in almost automatic field goal range. I mean, it was just there's some plays, some things that the Pittsburgh Steelers have done over the course of this year that were a little mind-boggling. Even against the Patriots, the way that game finished against the Patriots, a little sloppy ending. But that's okay. I don't have love for the Steelers. They have a bad chapter in my book anyway. For all Seahawks fans out there, as you know.
05.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Got screwed in that Super Bowl too.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy though, because just if you look at it, how kind of close Seattle and Pittsburgh is just based off the regular season these past 10 years. Just how we've been successful in the regular season, and then obviously besides when we beat Denver, we've just kind of fallen short the past couple of years.
Yeah, that's true. And even the Steelers, when they got their second one, beating the Cardinals, they shouldn't have won that. They shouldn't have won that game either. The Cardinals really should have won that game, and I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, Larry.
Larry beat the Cardinals, and then.
Well, that's true again. One of those times things fell short. But if anybody in the NFL deserves a ring, Larry Fitzgerald should have had a ring. That's a classy guy. I feel bad. That guy's gonna be in the Hall of Fame someday, and he'll be one of those guys who was awesome, class player, never got that ring. You know what I mean? And it's too bad.
Yeah, he's a first ballot.
Yeah, but it's too bad, and he probably never will if he even plays. I don't know if he's going to retire or what, but he's got to be close to the end. But it's too bad. He's one of those guys I wish could have had one.
I think he said he's going to come back. He'll come back for another year, but I think he's just going to take it year by year.
Yeah, he's still good. He was doing some. He's the reason I think we lost to those guys in that last game, because Fitzgerald was making some amazing catches like Spider-Man out there.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that the guy is as old as he is. The guy's badass. So. Anyway, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it. Good stuff.
Yep.
All right.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem. Hawks. I think we got time for a couple more because I got to run at 8 o'clock to pick up my girl. So let's get a couple more in here. Let's go to Juan in Oregon. Juan, what's going on? Welcome to the show. You got a question for Delia?
Do I? I can't think. I forgot. I had a question, but then I forgot. But I did want to mention. You're hosting a Super Bowl game for at that one Christian color place wing.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the Super Bowl party that I'm hosting?
Oh.
Yeah, at the casino.
Yeah, because I'm not going to Minnesota. I'm staying put. But so for those of you, if you're in the area, right here, check out on the screen, Emerald Downs Casino. I actually did a whole bunch of games from there this year, and it was a great spot to have some Seahawks parties. So why not have a Super Bowl party? We figure. So yeah, Super Bowl party at Emerald Downs. Yeah, I'll be there. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Of driving up there, just see the. Yeah, just watch it with you, and hopefully maybe next week I can meet you at the stadium and watch the game there too.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is they always have some cool prizes. We gave away a couple TVs to the audience, Seahawk tickets. Obviously, no Seahawk tickets right now, but we gave away a couple TVs, some jerseys, some swag, all kinds of stuff. So you don't leave empty-handed. There's always something good going on there. So yeah, that'd be cool to have you up there.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you think about this Eagles-Vikings matchup? Who do you got?
It's hard for me to pick who, because the Eagles have a really great defense, and then the Vikings have a really good offense. And really, the Eagles' defense was really what won the game against the Falcons. So, I don't know. For me, it's hard to pick who it's going to be. I think in the end, it's just going to be whoever gets the most points, really.
That usually works that way. The team with the most points wins the game.
No,
you're right.
It could be a close game in the end.
Yeah, no, it is going to be close for sure.
Yeah, but I will say though, no matter who, whether it's the Vikings or the Eagles, I'm going to be voting for either one because I don't want either. Well, I definitely want the Jaguars to beat the Patriots, but then if the Jaguars make it, I don't want them to win because what we went through when we played them. So.
Right. Yeah, they smacked us around.
Yeah, plus their fans, they really pissed me off.
Yeah, fans were, well, at least that particular fan who threw the stuff on our player, yeah, that was not cool. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If the Jaguars do win, we're guaranteed a new Super Bowl champion. Definitely.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be somebody Somebody who hasn't won it yet. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's true. It'd be a newcomer no matter what. But that's going to be an uphill battle right there, though. You never know, though. Jaguars are kind of like the team that got nothing to lose. You know, they're like playing loose. Nobody really respects them. Kind of like the Eagles. You know, the battle of the disrespected. You know?
There you go. I like it.
Nothing to fuel your fire better than that. All right, Juan. Well, thanks. Thanks for the call, Juan. Hope to see you up here in the Super Bowl weekend. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, I'll call back again, and I'll maybe have a decision later when you do another live stream.
All right, man. You bet. All right, good to hear from you.
All right, take care.
All right, take it easy. Go Hawks. All right, we got time for one more. Let's go with from the 503. What's up? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hello. Hey, Norm. My name's Cameron, and I'm from Portland.
Cameron from Portland. What's going on, man? What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I do have one question for you, Norm.
All right.
So, with the Seahawks out of the season, who would you rather prefer to see win this game, the Eagles or the Vikings?
We just had that debate a couple conversations ago, and I had a hard time deciding because I've got interests on both sides. I got friends who are Vikings fans, and I know super fans who are Vikings fans, and of course I know super fans who are Eagles fans. But I think just after further analysis, upon further review, after talking about it, the fact that we've got this common enemy in the Patriots who have both caused us heartache in this game, and the fact that one of us has got to get revenge on them, and most likely the Patriots will be in there again. I guess I've got to give the nod to the Eagles to try to take them down.
Great answer. But despite who you favor, realistically, after you break it down, who do you think will win?
And I talk about between the Eagles and the Vikings.
I don't think you talk about who you think's gonna win, not who you think's gonna win.
I'll tell you, it is really hard. I'm so 50-50 on this because it just, it's like it's going to come down to like the end of that Saints game where it was like back and forth like a ping pong match. And it's like the one team that makes the one mistake. The guy who blinks and makes that one mistake is the one that's going to cost them the game, I feel like, So, the Vikings got this mojo right now with that win, but the Eagles are at home. I think I've just got to go to the Eagles because the Eagles that's a tough place to play, man. Those fans are crazy.
That's true.
It's intense. It's outdoors. The Vikings are more of an indoor. I don't know how much that really affects them. It's not like they go from indoors, they go to outdoors, they forget how to run or something. I mean, but it just, if you're to look at the comparison, the Eagles,
Don't forget to run in that cold, I'll tell you that.
But I heard it's not even going to be that cold. I heard it's going to be pretty, decent temperatures.
Pretty decent.
Last week, it was like, what was the temperature?
It was like cold last week.
Really cold. Yeah.
But I think this week is not going to be the case. So anyway, I don't think weather's a factor, but the turf is, and so I think again the Eagles, get the running game going. I think that's the one thing that could kind of put the edge over the top, and they're at home. I've never seen such a disrespected home team, #1 seed in so long, but I think they've got something to prove.
I myself am going to have to go with the Vikings.
Ooh. Why?
Oh, well, first I want to point off both teams have been very good this season. I feel like if that game ever comes down to like a comeback like it did against the Saints with that touchdown by Stephon Diggs, I feel like it's going to be like that. If it comes close, it might come down to a comeback between that. It might come to a comeback for the Vikings.
I hope it's close. I hope it's down to the wire, back and forth, 1 point game, 2 point game, something like that. Field goal maybe to win it, field goal to lose it. I hope it's close. I hope it's exciting. I don't want to see a blowout.
I have one question. I was going to say I have one question for Delia.
Go ahead.
So I would say, how confident are you about the Eagles winning this game? Because the last because the last time I remember someone facing the Vikings was in the NFC Championship. The Seahawks versus the Vikings, where Blair Walsh missed a 27-yard kick. Now that he's not with Minnesota and he's with Seattle, are you still confident enough that you guys have this win over the Vikings?
I would say I'm more confident now after the Eagles handling business against the Falcons, and the momentum of the whole underdog syndrome is giving me a little bit more confidence. But I'm not like how I was during the regular season, where every single matchup we faced, I was like, oh, we got this. Like, even when we played the Seahawks, I didn't even like flinch. I was like, we got every single matchup that comes our way. I'm not like 100% confident, but I would say I'm like, let's say 75, 80% confident.
When we played that game against the Eagles, I was a bit concerned for the Seahawks. I was like, okay, we might lose. But towards the end, when I saw we pulled ahead, I was like, okay, we seem to got this.
Oh, you're talking about the matchup earlier this season? When Wentz fumbled that ball in the end zone. That's what gave you guys the game. That was
it was.
If he doesn't do that, game over, y'all were done. We were going to take it home.
Oh,
but,
that would have been true.
It would have been closer, but at that point, you guys were still trying to catch up to us. You know what I'm saying? But that was the turning point.
Yes,
that was the turning point.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, all right. Well, we'll see, man. It's gonna be fun. So,
I will say this for next season.
Yeah.
I will say this for next season. Go Seahawks.
Yeah, that's right. Go Hawks, baby.
And then for Delia, my mom said this. Go Cowboys.
Oh, boo. Block. No.
All right. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it.
That was crafty.
That was funny. Well, Delia, the Cowboys are irrelevant in this year anyway, so you can actually laugh wholeheartedly about that. So, well, we got to wrap things up here. I got to go, and I know it's getting late for you too, Delia, being the mom and home and everything like that. But before we do, let me just make sure that everybody knows Philadehlia's. You can look her up, obviously, on YouTube as Philadehlia and on all social media channels at Philadehlia. And will you be live streaming again?
Yes, I will be live streaming from the Greyhound, and EDP's coming out. So it's going to be very rowdy.
It was interesting. I saw a video by EDP, speaking of, and he was talking about how the whole NFL is almost scripted, the way that the Patriots are almost set up to succeed, and talking almost conspiracy theory kind of thing. And I don't know. I would expect, even while you guys are winning, EDP's got to come up with something, salty and negative in there. But it wouldn't be the same without that. But yeah, so he'll be at the game with you, huh?
Yeah, we'll be at the Greyhound watching, and he usually just sits right next to me, and we just kind of, do what we do during game time.
That's cool. Well, all right. So yeah, well, good luck this weekend, and we'll be watching and seeing how this whole thing unfolds. It's gonna be fun.
Yes, thank you. I will take all the luck I can get, and I'm really excited. So hope the journey continues.
All right. Well, hopefully, at some point after this weekend, maybe we'll have to do another one of these. So far, it seems to be bringing you good luck. So maybe you'll have to.
All right, bring it on, man, bring it on.
All right. So
it seems to be the good day.
All right. Well, we'll definitely touch base, and if you'll be a guest again, we'll bring you on and we'll talk about that game, good or bad, how it turned out, and we'll see what the future brings as we move forward. Itching forward to the Super Bowl, but you guys are in there. I'm jealous, but I'm happy for you because I know how much you've been wanting this moment over the last several years, and you're getting so close. So, good luck, Delia.
All right, thanks. We'll catch you soon.
Okay, and to all of you, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Delia's channel as well as to NorbCam. Ring that bell and share, comment, like, and all that good stuff. And we will talk to you guys real soon. All right, take care. Go Hawks.